Hello, people, and welcome. It's me again, James Obona, your regular host on Speak Out with James. And today, I just want to do something simple. I want to crack your brain. I want to give you a question that you probably have not thought of before now. I'm going to leave you at the end to think through about it. But we all know that in recent times, the world has been battling with an unseen enemy called coronavirus. Of course, I'm not sure there's anybody who has not heard of that virus in any part of the world. Coronavirus is one disease that is plaguing the entire world, ravaging the entire world. And the effect is enormous, ranging from economy to education to health, religious, social lifestyle, and what have you. For instance, on economy, the world has been on a lockdown, and the economy has been on a standstill. Global oil prices have fallen down beyond imagination. Several countries of the world are struggling. Some are in debt, borrowing, to meet up with, the demands and the challenges that come with this disease. On education, schools have been shut down. Students are at home because they cannot go to school when there's an enemy ravaging everywhere. In social lifestyle, no gathering. Gathering have been banned. Of course, you know that there are no parties again. Even those who have burials cannot do burials, no weddings, and stuff like that. So social gathering has been placed on restriction. What about religion? Churches and mosques have been shut down. You see, markets everywhere. Health sector is overwhelmed with the rising cases of the coronavirus on daily basis across the world. Everything is taking its toll. No thanks to the coronavirus. So, looking at this, the world is fighting an unseen enemy. And this is what we call the COVID era, the COVID-19 era. There's something called post-COVID era, which is coming. And because we know that this phase will pass away, we believe, even though not completely, but we know that this phase definitely will subside, it will relapse. Now, you know that because of the pandemic ravaging the entire world, everywhere has been on lockdown. People who are in school have been brought back home, and they've been forced to resort to compulsory holidays. A lot of us are spending time that we didn't plan for. The year is almost going to a half, and yet there's no end in sight to this global pandemic. Some of you have been saying, well, I don't have time. I wish I could get spare time. I will do this, I will do that. I wish I could have time. Now, the time is at your doorstep. Some of you have spent 2-3 months at home. What have you done with the time you've been given? It is not the time to while away, our lives. This is not the time for us to gallivant. This is not the time for us to sleep. You've slept enough. What have you achieved from the sleep? You've been sleeping all this while. What have you achieved from the gallivantings you've been doing all this while? I'd like you to remember that everything we do in life is actually sowing a seed. When you sleep too much, you are sowing a seed. When you gallivant, you are sowing a seed. When you waste your time, you're sowing a seed. And trust me, because it's a seed, it will germinate. The law of karma. Seed time and harvest will not cease. Some people are actually making good use of this time. Some people are rediscovering themselves with this time. Some people never knew that they had such potentials in them, but because of this era, they've been able to rediscover themselves. They've been able to see what talents they've got. The question I'm putting forward to you now is, after this COVID era, as we launch into the post-COVID era, what next? What will you fall back on? What would you say you've achieved if you are to be asked a question? My friend, what did you do with your time? What did you achieve during this lockdown? All the holidays you've had, the months and weeks you spent at home, what did you achieve? What genuine answer would you give to that person? If you're not able to find an answer now, it means that you've been wasting your time all this while. But hey, it's never too late. You still have some time now. You can still go back and begin to rethink. Begin to discover yourself and rediscover yourself. Begin to search yourself and begin to bring out that potential in you. You don't want to be stranded in the journey of life. You don't want to be dependent on someone after this era is over. As a student, what skill are you learning? So that by the time school resumes, you won't have wasted all your time. How many books have you read? How many messages have you listened to that has transformed your life? What values are you adding to yourself? These are questions you should be asking yourself. As a businessman, as a businesswoman, that of course you know that some businesses have been forced to close down. Only those essential businesses are actually still working. What innovation have you added to the business you are doing? What inspiration have you gotten so far to develop your business, your career, your talent? I'm going to leave it here because this is not the time for long talk. But the question you must answer is, after this COVID-19 era, as we launch into the post-COVID-19 era, what next? I will leave you with that question. What next? I'll leave you that question. What next? So, until I come your way again, of course, discussing something equally as interesting, I want you to stay home, stay safe, begin to think, and as you think, begin to plan. And then, trust me, your plans will succeed. I will see you on the other side of the post-COVID-19 era. For now, it's James Obona, your host on Speak Out with James. Bye for now.